In Minecraft, the Elytra is an endgame reward for players willing to persevere to the end islands. However, a majority of Minecraft players are casual, either only playing creative mode or playing survival without ever going to the nether or the end. I've created an early game equivalent to the Elytra that is just as fun to use without the dangers of exploring the void. Introducing the Wind Raft. The Wind Raft really is quite simple. You fly off of the edge of something tall, and you get propelled forward, similarly to the Elytra, and it is absolutely beautiful to use in an amplified world. In this video, we are going to be going through how to use it, how to obtain it, and then at the end, show it off in a PvP battle. For those of you who are curious, this is not a very good ride for on water, so you're definitely going to want to use it specifically for gliding. To obtain the Wind Raft, you're going to have to travel to a deep ocean. Any deep ocean climate will do, and in that climate, you will have to find a new fish called the flying fish. And right when I teleported, I spawned right on top of some. This is the new mob, the flying fish, that you will notice occasionally jump out of the water. And my personal favorite thing to do with this mod and these flying fish is to use them for target practice. Let's see if we can shoot any out of the sky. Was that first try? Did we actually shoot that first try? That was crazy. There is a 1 in 10 chance with these flying fish that they will drop a glide scale, and that was perfectly on cue. Once you have obtained 2 of those, you will then need 3 planks, and you will need a crafting table, and with these ingredients, you can craft the Wind Raft. As I showcased earlier, the Wind Raft is an early game Elytra that will allow you to travel across your world at higher speeds by going through the air. Its speed horizontally isn't actually that fantastic. In the air, I mean, not just because I'm in the water instead of the air right now. But it's faster than walking on land. It's about 3 times faster than walking on the X and Z axis, but on the Y axis it descends quite quickly. In order to allow this to contend with an Elytra in the early game, you're going to need wind charges. Obviously, you can just build platforms up to the sky and use that to launch off and get far distances, but if you want to go even further, you can launch in the air by right-clicking with a wind charge. Flying through amplified terrain with the new Wind Raft might just be my favorite thing to do in the game, at least in this mod pack. It is amazing, especially in my hardcore world where I showcase this mod in its entirety. If you guys want to see that, check out my hardcore playlist. But yeah, this is absolutely insane. If you guys are curious about how to play this mod, the link to it on CurseForge is in the description below. I highly recommend checking it out. It makes a lot of new changes, Vanilla Plus changes to the game that are in a similar vein to this one. Now that we've thoroughly learned how to use the Wind Raft, it's time to put it to the test with its viability against the Elytra. Obviously, we know long distances from high up, Elytra is going to be superior, but I want to see how it does closing gaps in short range. So I'm using a mod called motion capture to compare the range right here, and also it's just going to look better in the video. But if I do mocap recording start here, and then I run up, jump, it was about here that we stopped. Alright, let's initiate the race now. The difference wasn't that much. For the short range, it was about 1 block. So in terms of closing small gaps, this thing definitely does decently well. So we left the Wind Raft there to gauge the distance, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks is the distance you can jump on your feet. 7 blocks is the distance you can go with the Wind Raft. 8 blocks is the distance you can go with the Elytra. I'm sure there's people who are better at the Elytra than me that could do this a little bit better. Let's see if I can make more than 8 blocks. Oh, I should probably go in survival mode for this. Still about 8-9 blocks. Alright, here is an average mountain in Minecraft. This is somewhere where you might want to take flight on your Wind Raft or your Elytra, and I want to compare the distances that these can go off of this mountain. So I have a waypoint set on this point right here, and we're just going to do 2 flights, one with the elytra and one with the wind raft. $1,276 blocks. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? We went this direction. And we made it 200 blocks. Out of curiosity, I'm wondering whether there will be an extreme difference if we go all the way up to build height, because I think the wind raft can be viable. What I did in my old hardcore world was that I had a bubble elevator at different points in my world that would bring me up to height limit. So if I set that up at different points in my world and use the wind raft to get between them, will it be viable? That is the question. So let's try this wind raft test one more time and see if the distance can compare to the elytra from down there, which made it 1,200 blocks. From height limit, we made it about 300 blocks. Now for the fun part. I want to test the wind raft's PvP ability. As annoying as they are, paired with the mace, Elytra has become a staple of modern day PvP, but I think the wind raft can be much more fun. Are you ready? Dan, look in this chest. Or that chest, that works too. 9 wind rafts, 9 stacks of wind charges, a bow, and an arrow. We're going to be PvPing best of 3 in the air. Best of 3 depending on how long it takes us to even do one round. But we will see who is the wind raft master by shooting each other out of the air on our wind rafts. I don't know where he is. He's down there. Okay, I'm going off into the distance, give myself a vantage point, and then... Okay, we can do this, chat. We can do this. Oh my gosh, he's so high up. Okay, we gotta go off this way. I don't know where he is. Honestly, I'd rather you be above me, so this might be a good position. Oh, this is stressful. Oh, there you are. Come here. I hit something. I don't know if it was a block or you. Oh, this is taking so long. Oh, I hit you! Oh my gosh! I need to hit the raft. Come here. This is so impossible. Yo! Let's go! Die, die, die. He combat logged. Okay, combat logging is better than winning. Let's go. Oh, got you again. There you go. That's the real win.